Well, perhaps you heard, especially if you know me personally around my home area, that Cactus Jill and I love karaoke. We host karaoke shows whenever we can, in addition to my radio station job. Several years ago, we took a trip, along with Cactus Jill's dad, to his hometown of Corbin, Kentucky. Now, Corbin is in the eastern part of Kentucky, near the Cumberland Gap country, where Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, and Kentucky converge in the Appalachian Mountains. If you ever ate Kentucky Fried Chicken, you might have heard that the original KFC was born when a man named John Y. Brown, who eventually became governor of Kentucky, wandered into the Sanders Motel and Restaurant, and he met Colonel Harlan Sanders. The original KFC is still here, and it includes a museum, which is worth the trip by itself. And there's also Cumberland Falls State Park, and just the beauty of the mountains of eastern Kentucky. Well, we hung out with Cactus Jill's dad and with the other folks until supper time, and then we headed out to explore Corbin, Kentucky. Being the karaoke fans we are, we went to Google, of course. Googled karaoke near me. The first couple of places we saw were kind of sketchy and we didn't go in. And we continued to follow Google Maps down a narrow road into a subdivision, and we pulled up behind a house to what looked like a garage. We asked some folks we found standing around out front near some motorcycles. Being a biker myself, we struck up a conversation. We asked them about karaoke, and it turns out we had found Muddy Boy Records. This is an actual recording studio, and it's home to Muddy Boy Records Karaoke every Friday and Saturday night. Well, we made immediate friends with Miss Mary Mackey, the driving force behind this nonprofit. Here's what she had to say.
Ready?
Yep.
Hi, Miss Mary.
Hi.
Cactus Jack here. We got a country conversation with somebody. This is Mary. She has a charitable organization, for a better word, featured around karaoke in Corbin, Kentucky. And tell us about Muddy Boy Records.
Muddy Boy Records has been going for several years now. We do have Muddy Boy Records, and also it is the record label, and they sponsor the karaoke. So it's Muddy Boy Records, if you want to look on our site, and Muddy Boy Records Karaoke. If you go to Muddy Boy Records Karaoke, you're going to see all kinds of pictures because we had them of him, his wife.
You might see my mugshot on there from time to time.
Time to time. It takes a while because you live so far away.
Yes, I do.
But we appreciate you coming back. We'd love to hear you guys sing.
We sang at this place, I guess, 5-6 years ago, and we've been trying all this time. It's 300 miles from my house from here.
I know.
We finally made it today, and this place, tell me about how this got started.
How this got started was, of course, the Muddy Boy record label. They wanted to do some auditions. So they did some auditions at a little karaoke place that he wound up buying after we done the auditions. And then we moved from there to here because it's bigger. And we are open like every Friday and Saturday night from 7 to 12. It's only $5 to get in. We have family karaoke. We are not a bar. We do not let people smoke inside because we have people from 80 all the way down to a 3-day-old baby at one time. And everybody just likes to sing. Everybody treats everybody good. Of course, we wouldn't have anybody saying anything because I would take care of that. I would have to ask them not to do that.
Well, we're glad you're in charge and cracking a whip for them now.
I do.
This benefits a Christian school, correct?
It does.
Okay. Tell us how that works.
Well, just whatever we make over what we put out to do this, because you know you've got all of the things that you have to buy to keep this going. But the proceeds that are made, it goes to the Christian school. And
what school is that?
That is Cornerstone Christian in Corbin, Kentucky.
That's with everything you do. I love the venue. We've got lots of video in place. We've got lots of video of folks singing. Now, we won't have the singing on here, but if you get a chance, look up Muddy Boy Records on Facebook. Do you have a website as well?
I don't know of the website. I hate to say that. I've been here a long time, but I've been busy a
If you
long
Google
time.
Muddy Boy Records, that will pop up. And this is Muddy Boy Records Studio, but they allow you to do karaoke here to benefit a lot of folks that can really use the help. We're going to talk to somebody else in a few minutes going to tell us exactly how that part of the operation works.
Well, Muddy Boy Records Karaoke is a place for the community to come out here, have some fun. It's clean fun. Everybody seems to get along. We've not had any problems. And it's just a place to enjoy each other, to meet each other, to, just congregate with people, have a good time. And people are shut in and they're not out. And this gives them a chance at a reasonable $5 price for 5 hours. Where can you get that for anything else?
Exactly. Yeah. I can't say enough good about the place. Where are you? What's the actual address in Corbin, Kentucky?
The actual address is 53 Redwood Lane, Corbin, Kentucky.
You can put that in your GPS and find it, because that's how Cactus Jill and I found the place. Right after we got married, we came in here and walked up, and these guys looked me up and down, and there were a bunch of Harleys sitting out here, and I said, "These tourists, what do you do with them?" And they laughed, and we all went in, had a great time. This is a
We
great
really
place.
enjoyed you.
And we have a good time here. I invite everybody to come out. I probably won't be here because I'll be 300 miles away doing what I do at the radio station. But anytime I can get here, I'm coming. And Cactus Jill will be with me too. So, Muddy Boy Records, Corbin, Kentucky. We'll give you the address. I'll screenshot a page of what you Google on your Google Maps or your GPS, and we'll get you here.
Well, we sure enjoyed seeing you again. And I recognized you as soon as you walked in the door. I knew who you were.
All right, Mary, thank you very much. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
God
Thank you.
bless you.
Well, she didn't want to be on camera, but I snuck and got some video anyway from long distance. But Carol is in here with us, and she's going to tell us her function here at Muddy Boy Records Karaoke. And I guess, what do you do here?
Well, I guess I'm what they call a KJ. I put on the songs, whatever they want to sing. If they don't pick one out, I pick it for them. But that's about it.
Well, Mary told us that this was a charity that was to benefit a school, and you told us a little bit about that. You don't have to get into anything private, any privacy, I understand all that, but tell us just actually how it works generally.
Well, the money that's made here actually goes to help the kids in a private Christian school that can't pay tuition.
Okay, what better cause is it than that? A private school, a Christian school, and getting kids in a good school environment. You hear all kinds of horror stories about children and what happens to them in school, and the Christian environment is just much better in my humble opinion.
Absolutely. Well, they teach a whole lot in the public school system that you really wouldn't teach kids at home.
Exactly, and we're not going to get controversial here. This is YouTube, but we will say that I agree with everything you said here. You're here in Corbin, Kentucky. Are you here every day?
Friday and Saturday from 7 to 12.
What's your day job? Do you have a day function here you want to tell us about?
Nope. I volunteer at the school, and I volunteer here, and I volunteer with the church.
God bless you. You're doing God's work. Miss Carol, thank you very much for putting your time in here to benefit the kids and to help us out here on Country Conversation with Cactus Jack. God bless you.
God bless you too.
As I have noted here and plenty of times before, karaoke people are just the best. We're friendly, we're supportive, we're always ready to cheer for each other, we're ready to lend a hand, we'll even feed you a meal at our house. We see a whole lot of those kind of folks at our events, and you'll see a lot of them here. Mary mentioned that she loves to take pictures and share them on social media, so of course I asked if I could put some on my YouTube channel, and she jumped right in. I'm about to put links below so you can find the place or just take a look at the pictures and you can see for yourself. Please comment if you see yourself or if you see somebody you know. And thanks to Mary and Sarah and Don Well, if you're still with us at this point, thank you for hanging out with Country Conversations with Cactus Jack. We'll have another video up soon. I'm about 6 weeks behind, so if you've done something with me and you're still waiting for it, it is in the process. I'm learning new software and I'm getting better, but it takes time. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, give us a like, and we'll see you on the next one.